Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before we get into this video. And make sure you share my page. Share my page with everybody. Share my page with the people that you don't like. Share my page with your family, your friends, so on and so forth. But yeah, let's get into this girl talk. Anyways, today's girl talk is basically going to be about becoming unreachable. So the term becoming unreachable, it's not to the point where it's like, okay, just completely shutting everybody out and becoming unreachable to your family and your friends, so on and so forth. No, becoming unreachable is becoming basically unbothered and unfazed, so on and so forth. Because say if you got people in your life that you know for a fact do not deserve access to you, do not deserve you at all, but you still continue to respond to them or reach out to them every now and then. People like that you cannot be reachable to. And that goes for really anybody that you want to become unreachable towards, because not everybody deserves access to you. That's something that I'm also learning right now, because one thing I'm not going to do is get on this camera and act like I'm doing something that I'm not doing, or put on this front, or be fake. No, y'all are my subscribers. Y'all are like my YouTube family. So of course I'm going to keep it straight up with y'all. I've been learning this myself lately. That's why I'm making this video. But one mistake that I found myself making lately is allowing people from my past to have access to me that should not even be able to even speak to me or hear from me ever again, or even see my face ever again. So of course I've been getting on my tail about this. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you speaking to them? Why are you letting them have access to you? Why are you doing this? Like, your whole page is strictly on being high value and self-improvement, and you're over here messing up. So then I thought about it. I thought long and hard about it. I was like, you know what? It's time for a rebrand. I said it's time for a rebrand because when you catch yourself backtracking or slacking on stuff, because I've been slacking on stuff lately. As far as my schoolwork and everything, I haven't been slacking on it. But as far as posting my videos consistently, being consistent with myself, so on and so forth, I've been slacking because I've been distracted. And that's the worst thing that you want to be, is distracted. So in that case, that's why I'm making this video, how to become unreachable. But yeah, I've been more so messing up lately and letting people have access to me that should not ever be able to speak to me again, ever be able to hear from me again. And that's my mistake. But that's why I always say it's always okay to rebrand. It's always okay to make mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes. Like, we're human. We're going to do stuff that we had no business doing. We're going to do stuff that we hate. We're going to make mistakes. So I'm not being just too harsh on myself about it. But it's like, okay, your common sense knows you shouldn't be speaking to this person, or you shouldn't be reaching out to them, or you shouldn't be unblocking them. You shouldn't be letting them have access to you. You shouldn't be reacting to these people. You shouldn't be doing none of that, because you're way too high value for that. You're way too bossed up for that. You're way too good for that. And I know it sounds like an ego thing, but it's simply the truth. Some things in life you are just way too good for. So in that case, let's get into this video. But the term becoming unreachable, it does not just mean shutting everybody out, of course. It just means becoming unreachable to the people who do not deserve you. And for the people that's around you, not being easily accessible. Like, say if one of your friends say, oh, let's go out today at such and such time. You can't just act on everyone else's time. If you know that you got something planned for that day, as far as work-wise or whatever you were going to be doing, do that. And you can reschedule that thing. So that's what I mean by don't shut your family and friends out. I mean, don't shut the people close to you out. Just become unreachable to the people that do not deserve you. Because first of all, the more you keep letting somebody speak to you that does not deserve you, it's going to get worse and worse. Now, I'm going to use a different example as an example. So becoming unreachable also means becoming unbothered. So certain stuff that you may be reacting to right now, that you know that you ain't got no business reacting to. That's what I mean. You cannot just let anybody and anything get to you. You cannot just let anybody and anything access you. You cannot let that go on because, like I said before, your energy, your time, your presence, your energy is way too valuable to be given out to just anybody. So you cannot be sitting here letting your haters just access your energy by reacting to them or speaking to them or clapping back at them. You cannot be letting them have that type of access to you because that's them accessing your dope energy. Like, you have such amazing energy. You don't need to just be letting anybody have access to you. You get what I'm saying? So in that case, it's learning. It's the whole principle of learning how to more so limit what you allow to go on. So far as your haters, responding to them is a no. If you do decide to respond or speak up, it can be short and simple. Girl, I'm recording. Hold up. If you do decide to respond to them, it can be short and simple. Limit how much access you give people to you is overall what I'm trying to say. Do not just be letting anybody have access to you because, oh, they said this, and that. Or don't be letting just anybody get a reaction out of you all because what they said made you mad or hurt your feelings. First of all, what other people are saying about you shouldn't make you mad or hurt your feelings if you know who you are inside. When you know who you are inside, it shouldn't upset you. Like, it really shouldn't. I have people right now talking about my hair and, I don't even know what they're saying about my hair because why? I don't pay attention to them. First of all, this color fits me very, very well. I'm one of the main ones who can pull off this pink color. And I knew that before I even put this wig on. So, due to that, I'm using myself as an example. Due to people talking about my hair, does it make me mad? No. Does it make me sad? No. Do I care? No. Why? Because I know I look amazing in this pink hair. That's how you got to be about yourself. You got to be like, you know what? I'm not going to respond to this thing. I'm not going to respond to this person. I'm not going to let this person have access to my energy. I'm not going to let this person access my time. I'm not going to let this person access me at all to no extent because they're not worth it. They do not deserve to access my energy, my amazing, beautiful energy. They don't deserve to have access to that. And the people from the past or whoever it is, not just anybody deserves to have access to me. Having access to me is a privilege. You got to tell yourself these things. I'm telling you, you have got to tell yourself these things. Having access to me is a privilege. Being able to be in my presence is a privilege. Being in my circle is a huge privilege. You got to be like that about yourself. I don't care who call you bougie or say you're doing too much or this, and that. I don't care. One thing about people in this type of world, they will try and bring you down because you love yourself. They will try and bring you down because you confident. They will try and bring you down because you have standards and self-worth and you have a strong foundation and sense of self and you have a backbone on your own. They will try and bring you down for that. People these days, they're so insecure to the point they're intimidated by your light. So I'm telling you now, if you have people from your past trying to come back, do not make the mistakes I did and allow them to ever have access to you again. This is exactly why I'm learning from these mistakes. Why I've learned from these mistakes. And I'm telling y'all, after today, because it's going to take a little bit of time for a rebrand, after today, it's no more that backtracking that I've been doing lately. I'm telling y'all now. But you got to get to a point where you're like, okay, the past is trying to come back. What am I going to do? Am I going to sit here and go out like a dummy? Or am I going to sit here and I'm going to stand on my self-worth, how far I've come in life, and never allow them to have access to me again? You got to really decide. And one thing about it is that when I realized some of us females, we get in our head and we start thinking about stuff and then we be the ones to reach out. No, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Do not do that. Because I'm learning myself not to do that. Do not do that. Don't ever, and I mean ever, let them past people have access to you again. Do not let your haters have access to your energy. Do not respond to them. Do not care about them. The thing that make a hater so mad is when you just walk past them. You're happy, you're smiling, you're unbothered, you look amazing, you smell amazing, you feeling good, you having success. That's what makes them most mad. In that case, they will become obsessed with you. They will start to stalk you. It'll be very weird. But you know what? That means you have fans. Do not be mad at them for doing what they do. Don't even block them. Let them watch you because that means you have fans. But don't let nobody from the past have access to your energy ever again. I don't care if you start getting in your head thinking about it. I don't care if you start feeling some type of way. I don't care if you want to be petty. I don't care what it is. Do not ever let them have access to you again. Second, do not let just anybody access your energy. I don't care if they're hating on you, throwing shots, trying to speak to you, trying to get close to you, whoever or whatever it may be. Do not respond to them. If you don't want them in your circle, if you don't want to speak to them, if you feel like they are not worthy enough for a response from you, you don't have to respond to them. You are not obligated to respond to nobody. You're not obligated to respond or clap back at your haters. You're not obligated to respond to hate comments. You're not obligated to respond to anything that you don't want to respond to, because at the end of the day, this is your world. You control what goes on in your world. So in that case, be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Do not let just anybody have access to you. Stand your ground at all times. I don't care what the case may be, what you might be thinking about, how you might be feeling. That's another thing. Have self-control, because of course, it's going to take a little while to have full self-control, because I'm still working on it too, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I make mistakes every day. But I'm learning from it, of course. So please learn to practice self-control as much as you can every single day. And when you finally just start to really master self-control, nothing can knock you off of that, really. You have so much self-control, you would not even think about letting anybody from the past in. You would not even think about responding back to low-value people who are hungry for your energy. Because when you respond to low-value people, or when you sit here and you let past people or things have access to you ever again, you're backtracking. All that growth you just sat here and did basically goes down the drain when you let somebody from the past have access to you again. Or when you go back to something from the past. That's what you're doing. You're going 10 steps behind. And it's distractions. So instead of focusing so much on other people, take time, because this is what I'm about to do. Take time to isolate. Take time to rebrand. When you realize that you're falling out of interest with a lot of things, a lot of people, and you even falling out of interest with your bad habits, that's when it's time to isolate and rebrand. In that time when you're isolated, call out every single negative trait that you have about yourself. Focus on a solution to fix it and start showing up as the highest version of yourself every day, is not doing that thing. And really practice self-control while you're doing this too. Practice self-control as hard as you can. Do it as hard as you can. And that's exactly how you're going to rebrand, because when you isolate and you focus, nothing can knock you off. So while you're isolated, do not let nobody know what you're doing. Do not be loud about things. Don't focus on things that don't deserve your energy or your time. Really stay focused on yourself and your own path and your own journey. And know that it is okay to make mistakes. If you make mistakes this past week like I did, because it's been a long, hard, stressful week and just a lot been going on. If you make mistakes this week like I did, forgive yourself, but stand your tail about it. Make sure you tell yourself, you know what, that was very stupid for you to do. But you know what? We about to get together. We about to rebrand, and we about to boss up again. But anyways, I hope y'all got something from this video. Please take my advice, because I'm taking my own advice. Please take my advice, and I hope y'all learned something from this video. And my comments are always open if y'all ever want to talk. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, or DM me on Instagram at Diamond Chanel with 2 eyes. And I will be posting a song soon, because I've been slacking on that too. But anyways, make sure y'all stay focused. Make sure y'all stay unreachable, or become unreachable like I'm about to do. Make sure you stay on your tail about stuff. Make sure you stay on your P's and your Q's. And I love y'all.